For the long term, no, but you don't always get to have both.
That's right.
Period, point blank. Like, they believe they can win a championship. Daryl Morey was asked yesterday about his comments, if he regrets his comments about saying he's obsessed with Golden State. And he said, I got to be honest with you. I don't understand anyone that isn't obsessed with beating Golden State. They're the champions, they're the best team.
Yes.
If you're trying to win a championship, how could you not be obsessed with beating them? They believe, in Houston, man, they believe if CP3 is healthy, they're in the NBA Finals, probably up 2-0.
Right.
They believe, even if CP3 is not healthy, if they get a fairer whistle in Game 6 or 7, they might be in the NBA Finals up 2-0. They also know this. Man, they agree. I'm not reporting this. This is conjecture on my behalf. I want to make this clear. But they told CP3 he was going to get his money. CP3 turned down...
There's just not a lot of deals done without some understanding on the back end, especially it's not that, okay, this deal was done, but typically players who have this type of respect. Chris Paul, what he has around the league, what he has with the Players Association. And I just don't see Daryl Morey or Tillman, the owner, I don't see them. And Tillman just started owning the Rockets. I just don't see them reneging on something they made a promise, because it wouldn't be good as far as their word going around the league.
And people need to understand this part, because I'm glad you brought up the Players Association. Chris Paul, in the last CBA that was negotiated, which Chris Paul's the president of the Players Association, they changed the rules almost just so CP3 and LeBron could get max deals. What do I mean by that? They did have an over 35 rule, which was you cannot give a player a full 5-year max contract that will extend past his age 35 season. They made it the over 37 rule. Why? Oh, it's because Chris Paul going to be 37.
Modern technology, man.
Right.
Modern technology.
So Chris Paul didn't have them change the CBA. Turned down a max deal from the Clippers to not get one from Houston. Now, there is one scenario, C, where I think he doesn't get a max deal. And that's if the Rockets come to him and say, we can get LeBron. But
that's a hometown discount, though.
Exactly right.
Yeah, and him and LeBron are tight. So that would be an understanding. I'm going to give up that, and that would win him a lot of fans.
And it would give him the best chance to win a championship.
Yes.
And so I think Chris Paul's worst-case scenario, I believe, is he ends up with the max deal. Now, what that means for the Rockets 4 years from now, the Rockets right now have to do something I tell my kids not to do, which is not worry about your tomorrow self, only worry about your today self.
Explain that to me. Explain to me why it's not good for this team in the league in 4 years.
Well, for the league, forget the league. For the team. I mean, in 4 years, Chris Paul will be 36 going into a season, making $44 million a year.
Okay.
In 5 years, Chris Paul will be 47 going. I'm sorry, 47. Will be 37 going into a year, making $47 million a year. Wow. James Harden's extension hasn't even kicked in yet. Harden's extension doesn't even kick in next year. It kicks in the year after. So what you're talking about is 2 years from now, Harden and Chris Paul making a combined 76, then 82, then 88, then 94. Now, Harden's younger. Harden's 4 years younger than CP3, but you are still talking about in 2023 paying a 33-year-old James Harden and a 37-year-old Chris Paul $94 million. But you just got to do it, I think.
And do you agree that Chris Paul would give the team the hometown discount to get LeBron? Would he do that?
I think that Chris Paul's a smart man. And whatever money he was given up, he would win over as far as accolades and respect if he is a champion. Okay. So whatever he would trade all that in, he's made a heck of a lot of money.
And I think LeBron would be giving up money as well. I think it would be similar to what happened in Miami. In Miami, they all took a discount, Bosh, Wade, and LeBron, to come together. I also think how these finals go is going to matter. If the Cavs end up winning these two in Cleveland, right, and the Cavs take them 7, but then lose, then maybe Chris Paul and LeBron say to themselves, man, my team took them 7, your team took them 7. We might not have to come together. But if the Warriors sweep the Cavs, and LeBron's like, I need to go somewhere else, Chris Paul knows, man, I don't know. How healthy am I going to be? Because that's the other part of this, Chris, and that's the thing I wanted to ask you about before we move on. If you're the Rockets, I believe they've already committed to it. But how nervous would you be about Chris Paul and soft tissue injury at his size and his age and committing $200 million to him over 5 years?
I'm concerned about it, but I'm trying to put one of those trophies. I got 2 of them. I'm trying to get 3. So that's the price. Tillman, hey, man, whatever business you and your brother's in, y'all better keep the doors open and keep selling because it's worth it in the long run. Chris Paul brings that to your organization. If they think that if he would have been there in Game 6 and 7, they would have won, then that's what you have to go ahead and make that investment.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.